Hell no. Yo, this DNA, you can't even see me. It's fucking like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a lazy person, but I got wasted yesterday. I don't feel like turning on the lights or seeing the lights, but you can hear my voice and you can see the basic outline of my features. Probably not. I could probably switch or put the cover behind me so you could see me or whatever. But you can see me a little bit. Anunnaki fucking outline. I just put the white covers behind me because they reflect light. Whatever. Sorry. Your coach is lazy as shit. This is my video on racism. Everybody woke up. I woke up and everybody has done a video on racism yesterday for some fucking reason. So I feel like I want to do one. I should do one. I was gonna do one anyway. But okay, racism. Racism, they say that it's healthy, and if you don't feel any self-pride, okay, there's a difference between, a lot of people don't know what the word racist means. There's a difference between racism, being racist, and being prejudiced. A lot of people think that a lot of people think that, yeah, racism is prejudice, but that's not what when you're a racist, I'm a racist, definitely. That's not what that means. It doesn't mean, racist doesn't mean that you hate on other races. Racist means that you think your race is superior and you think it should be treated differently than other races. You think your race is superior and other races are inferior. And I can see why people think that, because when a lot of people think that their race is superior, then they start to making hate groups and fucking act like Nazis. Like, nationalism is Nazism. To be a nationalist, to want to keep everybody separate but fucking equal, which is disgusting to me. Like, I'm racist. I think my race is the best, honestly. But I don't think they should be separated. I don't think everybody should be separated and try to keep their own fucking race alive. I mean, there's always gonna be brown people. There's gonna be a time where there are no white people. And nobody's fucking lighter than fucking Terrence Howard. It's gonna be like that one day. I might not be here to see it, but it's gonna be like that. And there's always gonna be black people around. And if there's not, then everybody's gonna be fucking brown and have the features. Or racism is thinking that your race is the best, and to be prejudiced is when you start to go into this people acting on their perceived stereotypes, like the whole chicken and the stealing and shit like that. Just like when I worked at Lowe's, my supervisor was racist. She was prejudiced as fuck. She was probably racist. She thought it was probably the best to be white. So every time I looked at her body, she would fucking give me this look like, this is not for you, and oh my god, I can't believe there's a nigger's looking at my body. First day I started there, it was me and 2 other white dudes, and she was going over the rules, the ground rules, and the procedures for everything, just training us. And at the end, she said, and about the wardrobe, about the uniform. There's no uniform. You can wear jeans, cargo shorts, no jean shorts, and any kind of shirt, just no logo. You can wear a hat, plain hat, no logo, no teams. And I don't want to see anybody's boxers. You need to keep your pants up. And everybody looked at me, and I was like, okay, I don't do that at work. How do you know that I do that? You assume that I do that because I'm black. Like, when you start to act on your prejudice, towards another race, that's ignorant. That's stupid. Alright, but racism, like me, I think my race is the best just because, I mean, not just because, it doesn't matter why I think it is, because it's not your race, and it's not something you can't understand. It's not something I want to really explain. It's something that you can understand, because you're not, even if you are black, you're not me, you're not my kind of black, you're not my mix, you're not in my family, you don't know where I come from. So, but racism, I mean, it's healthy. They say if you're not attracted to your own race sexually, then you have a mental health disorder, or a mental issue. They say that if you are not at all racist, if you don't think that your race is superior in any way, then you have a mental disorder or a personality disorder. And that makes sense. Can you say the same about genders? Can you say the same about your own nation? If I'm not attracted to other Americans, does that make me fucking mentally unhealthy? Maybe. I always thought that about, I'm not a hate monger or anything, or ignorant, but I always thought that about gay dudes. Like, you're not attracted to women, you need to be locked away somewhere, because that doesn't even seem mentally, you don't seem mentally stable. You're not sexually attracted to women. That doesn't make sense. That's your genetic makeup. This is your compliment. That's a whole different video, which I'm probably not gonna do. Yeah, but racism, I mean, it looks worse. It looks bad when people act on it, when people start killing people and making supremacist groups and just making groups and fucking learning all these scripts to say to the white man when they do some bullshit, or when they fucking come around you and try to call you bro and brother and all that shit. Like, that's weak. That's weak. When you act on your race, I don't act on my racism. I try to hang out with everybody. To be totally honest, I love being black. I love my race. I love my gender and race put together, especially to be a black man is the shit. To be a man is the shit. But a black man, I don't have shit to worry about except for police. But like, I love black people and being black. I just don't like being around black people. And it's not even about me being a fucking nigger hater or a self-hating nigga or anything like that. I can't even say it. I don't like being around black people. It's like, just like, I'm gonna sound like a crack saying this shit. I mean, I did grow up around a considerable amount of black people, but I moved away from black people for a long time, for probably from like, not that long, like 2 or 3 years, where there was no black people when I was in the fucking middle of the fucking, not even the country, just the north suburbs of Chicago. Even when I came to fucking Atlanta, the school that I went to had more fucking black people than, because everything was so extreme. So I grew up from 1 to fucking 8. I lived in Southside Chicago in Roseland, where there's 90% black people. The only white people that I saw was when I went to my grandma's house once every other weekend. My fucking doctor was black. My teachers were black. There wasn't even one white person in my fucking elementary school. And my school had K through fucking middle school. There was no white people except for in my house. And I didn't even know they were fucking white. My grandma, she wasn't even white. But when I moved away, the first thing that I noticed was the level of maturity. When I came home my first day in a suburban school, I said, Ma, these motherfuckers act like babies. And that was my interpretation of their actions. I said they acted like babies. I couldn't explain myself any better. But that was the first thing I noticed. They're white as hell. They all want to know how I fucking got my hair like that when their sisters have fucking French braids. And when I wear an afro, they want to fucking touch my hair. That's what made me racist. And that's what made me not. What made me is because black people are so creative and have so much potential. But what we do, how we act on that. You take somebody that's creative as fuck and you tell them to sit in a room with a knife and a fucking pillow. What do you think's gonna happen? We act on our creativity and use it in an ignorant way. That's why all this bullshit happens. It's not because we're extra violent. We might be born with a more, because we come from Africa, we come from tribes. We come from Africa, we come from tribes, we come from the jungle and the desert. We have all this creativity where naturally, not all black dudes are bigger than white people. We have a certain level of testosterone. We have needs to be met. When you're more creative and your sex drive is different and everything's different, you have more melanin. You come from the sun. Black people need sun. Like, white people don't need sun. White people everybody needs sun. But because we walk around with the sun in our skin pumping through our blood all day, we need extra sun. So when we don't have that, jail's the perfect place to put somebody you want to fucking dominate and destroy with no fucking sunlight. Perfect. I don't even know what I was saying. I got 3 minutes. But I just think that, why do I think we're the best? I think we're the best because the destruction and the creation that we make. Can you make destruction and make creation? Yeah. Everything that Americans do is based on what we do. Everything that the world does is based on what America does. Everybody wants to look black. Everybody wants to fucking talk black, whatever the fuck that means. Everybody wants to have fucking. Everybody wants to be darker. If you love your fucking race, why do you want your lady with the white skin to be dark? Why don't you think the whitest skin possible is beautiful if you love your race? That's not what you're attracted to. You're attracted to Shay over there. You're attracted to that. You don't love your race. If you think that darker skin and you're white and you don't think the palest skin possible is attractive, I think that's attractive, and you don't, then you don't love your race. You're confused, and that's okay. But a lot of people say a lot of things. It's not bad to be racist. It's not bad to think that your race is the best. That's natural. It's unhealthy to think that your race is not the best in something. Even if you say white people are the best golfers, and I'm white, and I hate white motherfuckers. White people say that shit all the fucking time. That white girl, I hate white motherfuckers, and I'm white. Like, alright, that's good. Whatever. Join the club, shit. But BT is not what we do. What we do is create. Read fucking some shit. Read the Lost Book of Inky. That's what we do. Yeah, it's DNA. That was my video on racism and why I'm racist. And follow my Twitter. Is it follow? Follow, yeah. It's @DNA, yes, for. Is it for? Yes. Alright. It's DNAYES for. It's DNA. Peace.